Welcome, welcome. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, Kills. How you doing, my guy?
I am chilling, Billiam. For those that do not know, I am Akili. That is Billiam, Will, Big Will, and we are doing another week episode. We did episode 0. Appreciations to everyone that's already checked out the YouTube, checked out the Instagram pages. This is a thing that's just beginning to pick up some steam. So thank you for everyone that could say you were there from the beginning.
From
From
the
episode 0.
jump.
Yeah, man. And we're just going to talk about, we'll start with the past SmackDown, and then we'll go into this past Raw, and we'll get some
Perfect.
reactions and stuff. So I will throw it to my guy, Big Will. He can give us
Oh,
the SmackDown rundown.
yeah. SmackDown was pretty solid. So it started off with LA Knight. Uh,
Yep.
LA Knight. Yeah. He started doing. Did a promo to because they were in Europe, so they started a whole thing. It's like, oh, let's have the U.S. champion start the show in Europe. But hey, he's new champ, so why not?
SmackDown and Raw both in Belgium and Brussels in the same spot.
Correct.
Okay.
I don't remember where SmackDown was. It
Okay.
wasn't in Brussels. It might have been somewhere in Germany. I can't remember.
Okay.
But they're gonna stay there for like a month. So the next few Raw episodes, I don't know if you caught this week's was at 1 p.m. our time. The next week is gonna be at noon,
Okay.
and then it's 1 o'clock again the week after. So it's gonna be a little early because they do it like actual live from wherever they
Right.
are in the world.
That time difference is a thing.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So new U.S. champ LA Knight comes out, cuts a little
Congrats,
promo, and that
congrats
ended up.
I still have not seen him like fully wrestle yet, I don't think. But I look forward to watching him do a full nice get down with somebody.
Yeah, dude, he's so much
Uh,
fun.
very
Anyway, so
possible.
that got interrupted by let's see. Uh yeah, Jimmy Uso was talking about maybe being US champ, kind of thing, whatever. And then Braun Strowman came out because Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, and Tama Tonga came out and we're talking stuff, and Braun's been feuding with the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, for the last few weeks. So
Okay.
that turned into a 3-on-3 match
Okay.
where obviously the good guys win, but Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman just went at it again and just started brawling, and Jacob Fatu still walks away. So we'll
They
see
need a
what can
match.
keep that man down.
They need a match at Mania. That's like some first night, either like first night or second night. If that's at one of the top of your bills, I think that make a good
Oh
match.
yeah, that's definitely gonna be one of the matches during one of the nights. So that should be phenomenal. I don't see it being a regular match either, just because of all the brawling they've been doing. I could see them being like no holds barred or something, just
Yeah,
like
they're gonna go in the crowd. They're gonna fight off a stage or something.
yeah,
Yeah, I see that.
yeah. So we'll see how that goes in the 30 plus days leading up to Mania.
Ooh,
I
yeah,
know, I know.
almost there.
All right, so after that match, the next thing they cut to it was a Jade Cargill interview. So she sat down with Kathy Kelly like in the empty stadium. It was kind of talking stuff about what she thought.
Yeah, I noticed they do like these kind of like little like you said, it feels like you're watching like a full sports channel, ESPN, like just
Totally.
little
I felt like
interview.
I was watching an interview on the Today Show, like
Yeah,
had it all set up,
interesting.
which is fine. Makes
Yeah,
it.
no, I dig it. Dig
And
it,
then
man.
during the interview, Liv Morgan and Raquel walked in, so they walked in with their suitcases like they just got there, so they were kind of jawing back and forth at each other, and that was the end of that. So Jade is back. We have not seen her in a match yet, but I'm sure that'll happen probably once before Mania, if not at
Yeah, little tune-up match for her before Mania. Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Speaking of tune-up match, it was Charlotte Flair's first full match back since Rumble,
Okay.
so she took on B-Fab.
Who I only know because I just got the new game, so that's the
Yeah,
only reason I know who BFAB is.
yeah,
Okay.
she's rolling with the Street Profits.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
so they had that. Charlotte obviously wins, won with the figure eight.
How'd you look? Did
Then
you watch the how'd you look?
yeah, no, I mean she looks great. I mean BFAB's okay, but Charlotte looks as good as Charlotte's ever looked, if
Good.
not better. She's just, she's Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
So that match sparked a fight, a brawl. Tiffy came out afterwards, and they brawled for a while.
Okay. Okay.
So that was actually a lot of fun to see. Tiffany Stratton because you don't really see the females do these like brawls that go on for a while where the security's breaking them up and then they break loose and they're still going. Like that happened 3 or 4 times. It was like Punk and Rollins when they fought on Raw a couple weeks ago.
Which, with Charlotte Flair, that makes sense. She's always had this thing about her, bro. I was just going back and I was watching. I recently got WrestleMania 30. Which one is this? 32. Because I'm starting to collect those again as we're getting back into it. Because I know one day we're gonna go through and fucking
Oh
talk
yeah.
about
I still got all my WrestleManias on DVD. I mean, I think I stopped at 31 because that was the one we went to.
yeah,
I think that's the last one I have.
yeah,
32 was in that was in Texas, wasn't it? Was that at Cowboy Stadium or was that?
yeah. No, this one was fuck. Where was this one? I think I only watched like a little bit. While I was watching the beginning of the triple threat match, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte Flair.
Oh,
And,
yeah, yeah.
and the first thing I thought was, man, this is an old DVD because it's all I gotta get a Blu-ray version because
I would say first of all, it's DVD.
it's got that blur kind of to it, and you're like, oh, that's right, this is like a 11-year-old DVD. That's
Yeah.
right. It was like $15. So that's fine.
Hey,
I'll
take it.
approve it. But one thing again that you do realize is like, yeah, this was 9, 10 years ago. So Charlotte Flair looks way different.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But even then, she was getting the business. Like she was getting booed, and so I'm like, she's felt like a heel
Hmm.
whole career, and I don't think she's like intended to be a heel, but just because I think she Ric Flair
No.
was number one.
I was actually talking to a buddy about that because
Mm,
he thinks that Rhea Ripley is like, oh, they're trying to force her as a heel. It's like, no, they're just letting her be her. It's like she's Roman in the fact that they're letting Roman Reigns just be Roman Reigns. He's not a face, he's not a heel. He's just if you want to cheer him, great. You want to boo him, great. But he can just be whatever. He's like,
right.
like Stone Cold was back in the day, the anti-hero, if you will.
You're either in line with what he talking about or you're not. It's not
Right.
really going to go this way, this one way or the third. I will say early on with Judgment Day, with Edge, yeah, that was obviously a heel push. Once
Yep.
Finn took over, and especially once she was doing the stuff with Dom, it was like, yeah, you're either like at this point riding with this or you're not. She didn't really give off heel vibes. She was giving off tough chick vibes in a group where she was the only woman in there. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. And we'll cover what Rhea Ripley's doing later on Raw.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. All right. So yeah, Tiffany and Charlotte brawling for a while. So then they cut to a great video promo package that Drew McIntyre did about Damian Priest and why he's feuding with Damian Priest.
Okay.
So it's saying a lot of things how he had the title shot, Damian Priest cashed the Money in the Bank on him, took the title from Drew McIntyre. And then something else happened. CM Punk got involved. Like, really, it was CM Punk's fault, but now that that feud's over with, now he's like, and here comes Damian Priest to pick up the scraps. So now so that's probably going to be one of the bigger matches of Mania. It'll be Priest and Drew McIntyre because they're going back and forth at each other, and that's going to be a brawl.
Nice.
So, I mean, nobody cuts a video package better than the WWE. We've seen,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I think
just
between
nobody
like
does it better.
them and NFL films.
Right. NFL film's great too, but
Yeah.
just everything they do is just video package wise is great. All right, so after that, it goes, well, you think it's going to be Miz TV with Cody Rhodes as the guest, but as Miz is standing in the ring, uh, Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte come back out fighting. Right, surprised me. So they're still brawling. Miz is trying to cut a promo in the ring, and then he stops because there's people fighting in the aisleway. So they're going on for a while. It ends with Tiffany Stratton doing a swanton off of the stage, off the screen, on the top on everybody, and then she walks away. So they had her come out on top, which was
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, they want to make her a star. If she isn't already. I know I understand I'm just getting back into it, but I feel like they want her stock to rise.
Yeah, right now she's the fan favorite, and she's strong, she's quick, she's agile, she does moonsaults, like she's fun on the microphone. So she's one of the girls right now. So we'll see where she goes.
If time is real time. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then this SmackDown, it's still so the whole point was Cody Rhodes to come out and cut, another promo on Cena. So he kicked Miz out of the ring and says, "I just want to talk to John Cena," and pretty much left the ring. So short and sweet, waiting for this Monday when they were actually in the same building together. So That was Miz TV. Just Cody Rhodes be like, I want John Cena, blah blah blah, and then that's it. So
All right.
there we go. Little promo cut there. From there we go to Shinsuke Nakamura versus Damian Priest. So Shinsuke was talking about trying to get his title back with Nick Aldis.
Yeah, okay.
And then Damian Priest comes up. He's like, well, I'm looking for a fight. Can't find Drew McIntyre, so I'll fight you. So they ended up fighting each other. Where Shinsuke actually won because Drew
What?
McIntyre came in and no de or
Yep.
disqualified Damian
Yep.
Priest. They
Did the
brawled for
thing.
a while too.
Yep. Did the thing.
So just McIntyre being McIntyre and just waiting for that angle to get bigger and bigger. It's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
Little cut scene in the backstage. Zelina Vega challenges Piper next week for number one contendership for Chelsea Green's U.S. Championship.
Okay.
Uh, and then the other girl, so remember they kept the two. They kept Alba Fire and released the other one. I still can't remember the other one's name, but she's
Isla Dawn.
Isla Dawn. That's what it
Isla
is.
Dawn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
They cut her and they kept Alba Fire
I only know that because they still have him as a tag team on the game.
in the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So after that little promo was Mr. Randall Kyle Orton. His take
Hey.
on Carmelo Hayes. So it's Orton's first match back since he made his return. Looks solid. I mean, it's a great face heel match.
Yeah.
Orton had fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then so after the match, Randy Orton was going to punt Carmelo Hayes. And of course, we're not going to get that punt yet. Kevin Owens comes in and does a little thing, and Kevin Owens is back too. So we'll probably see Kevin Owens, Randy Orton at some point.
Owens, Owens is going to try to punt. Orton probably be successful. He's probably going to punt Orton.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see a punt.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna see at least one. So yeah, I could see him hitting it before Mania, but then Orton getting
Yeah.
his word and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they were in Spain. That's where they were. They were in Barcelona, and I know that because the next match was Gunther versus Axiom, who's on NXT. I think he's one half of the tag champs on NXT.
Is that Fraxium joint? It's like him and
Yeah,
Nathan.
he wears a mask and all that stuff. So it's Axiom and somebody else, and I think they make up Fraxiom.
Yeah, it's Nathan Frazier. Again, I'm going by what the game tells
Yep.
me. So yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
So Gunther introduces Axiom. He has a big homecoming, whatever, and then he just obliterates him in a match. So Gunther just being Gunther, it was great.
There you go.
After that, we get a promo from the wise man of the OTC, Paul Heyman. So
Yeah,
he got some
Paul
fantastic,
Heyman. Paul Heyman got some explaining to do.
yeah. So
Mhm.
really, the only thing he said was Roman Reigns will be on SmackDown next week. So
Oh, you ain't gonna talk about why you was hugging on Phil and all
no,
that stuff.
no. I mean, we all pretty much know why. Phil's also a Paul Heyman guy, but I'm sure that'll be all be brought up. But mainly it was a thing be like, hey, the game's out today, and then Roman Reigns will be on SmackDown next week.
There you go.
So Bailey, it was basically a plug for the game, and
Yeah.
then he'll be here next week. So that leads us to the main event, which was the Street Profits, who are Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. I wrote down a name so I would remember.
Yeah.
Taking on DIY and
Oh, yeah.
solid tag team match.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So it turned out Street Profits are the new tag team champs.
Well, look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. Everybody raise your red cups for the Street Profits, man. Good for them. Good for them. Hey, now that now that New Day has gone bad, we need some good bros in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Need
So yeah,
some
like I said, that
brother.
tag team picture is all over the place on SmackDown. So now it's Pretty Deadly as number one contender title match against Street Profits. I think that's coming up this week.
Really?
So I'm
Okay.
assuming they're going to have some huge tag team title match for the SmackDown titles at WrestleMania at one point in time because they still probably won't have definitive answer, but there's still 4 or 5 teams in the mix. So we'll see what happens.
Boom.
And that was SmackDown.
That was SmackDown. How was the DIY versus Street Profits? Was that match just
I
dope?
mean, it's great. I mean, it's Gargano and Ciampa, and we know how great they are together separately. They can carry a match and carry everything. But the Street Profits are also real solid. Dawkins, is like real quick strong man. Like he's a strong man, and he's not even like much bigger than Montez Ford, and Montez Ford's doing crazy flips and all that kind of stuff. So it was just an exciting tag team match. It was definitely worthy of the main event spot right there.
Dig, man.
Yeah.
Dig. Yeah, I know you and I have always talked about our love for wrestling and tag team wrestling specifically. So it's good to a
It's
good
always
tag.
it's tag teams are always underrated, man.
Yeah, no facts. Big facts.
So
Big.
it's not just about high flying. You need you need half of them at least to be tech guys to just be able to kind
Yeah.
of slow it down and work the mat. That's just what you need. So
And they're a genuine tag team. You know, their mannerisms are similar. They dress alike. You know, they have a whole it's a whole good tag
yep.
package. It always kind of bugs me when it's like, oh, we took this dude and this dude, threw them together, and we're giving them belts. They're champions now.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, unless like we were kids, because they used to do that a lot where
oh,
people
I
where
know
they like number one contender and champ would be tag team champions. Like they did that
it's how we
Shawn
even
Michaels and
yeah.
John Cena back in the day. Like
It's how we even get Rock and Sock connections because somebody's like, let's just put Mankind and Rock together. That would be
right.
cute.
They have nothing else to do. Let's put them together. And it worked. I mean, but
Yeah,
it usually doesn't. So it's fun to see an actual tag team division with
yeah,
legit tag teams
facts, big
running.
facts.
So
All right, cool. That was SmackDown. So let's just get into it. Let's get into Raw.
happened to
Uh,
Monday Night Raw.
man, they're coming to you live from Brussels, Belgium. Let me just say off bat, the Brussels, Belgium crowd
Man,
was on fire
yeah.
the entire night. The entire night they were on fire.
That was another thing. The SmackDown crowd in Barcelona was the same way. It's those European crowds are just excited and hungry to get something live and
They're a bunch
something
of
that's not a house show.
freaking footballs, original
Man,
OG soccer hooligans and fans out there, so they know how to fucking turn this shit up, man.
that is a crowd I would love to be a part of. Just somewhere in Europe, just going off.
What a perfect crowd to have John Cena walk in front of and explain his actions. His first time having to walk in an arena, being a heel, and just being a person who you've heard me say out loud, I will not watch wrestling until John Cena stops the winning.
Yeah.
Uh, what an amazing time to jump back into this, and I'll just get right into it. John Cena being the one of the more perfect cats who you can just hand a microphone and say, "Go, we trust you, do your thing." Uh, you know, I, John Cena. I remember that he is a fan of hip hop. More specifically, it likes to do some battle rapping.
Hmm.
And one of the more important things about battle rapping, which ties into really good promos and wrestling, are angles. I think the angle that John Cena, because that was my whole thing. What's the angle he's gonna take for going heel, for saying F the fans? And I think the angle he chose was absolutely perfect, where he's just like, look, I came in the scene right off bat, y'all didn't like me. From the gate, y'all let me know y'all didn't like me. So I changed for y'all. And I just like, he's just like, and then I kept winning and I won and I won and I won. And it made y'all mad.
And you didn't
And I
like
was
that
sitting,
either.
and I was sitting there going, yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's absolutely right.
I was on the fuck John Cena bandwagon.
Yep,
Absolutely. And he's like,
absolutely.
yeah.
We talked about that last week.
Yep. He's like, so then what did I do? I changed it again. And all y'all do is take. And oh, John Cena's gonna be there. What about me? I thought the whole thing was absolutely brilliant. And
Yeah.
just I've been an abuse. Like, when he goes, I've been the butt of a stupid invisible joke for 15 years, and y'all still think it's funny.
Yeah. And he's like, y'all wanted new music. You don't deserve it, so you're not getting
Right,
it.
right. Oh, just
You
the whole
idiots dress like me. I don't dress like
right.
you,
You
so you're
dress
not
like
getting
me.
new
I don't
outfit.
dress like you. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
all of that was great. The only thing
Brilliant.
I didn't like about it was when he was like, "Oh, you guys were bullies." It's like, okay, sounds like he's whining a little bit.
So
Like
that
it was just that kind of thing. But everything else where he was like, "You don't deserve it. I changed, and you still didn't like it." Like I loved all of that. But the only thing was like, "You made fun of me. I didn't like it." I was like, "Okay,
I think so. What he does is it's what that is. Because I started to kind of just like you, I started to be like, I don't really
yeah,
like this part. But then where that flips is right at the beginning where he's just like, look, I'm real glad I'm real grounded in life, and I don't need your approval.
Hmm.
And it really is. It's a perfect way to go. You guys are going to come out here and boo me anyway. Let me go on ahead and pick a thing where it can look like to anybody not paying attention. Like if you didn't know what was going on with John Cena, and you maybe had just been paying attention within the last year, just based on that, where he's like, all you guys do is bully me. Then you have the crowd basically take care of that comment themselves. We're going, shut the fuck up, and
Oh
all
yeah,
this
they
stuff.
did.
And him just being
Man.
like, these people are proving my point.
Yeah.
It's like, but I see what you're doing, and that's smart. That's real smart. To even double down with, oh yeah, like when they're like Cody's like, oh yeah, y'all want Cody? Of course you do. He's the new one. He's
Hmm.
the manufactured thing that they want you to like. He's the new thing. So of course, that's what y'all want to see. Y'all want to come out here, y'all want to sing his song, and y'all want to do everything that you're supposed to do that y'all did for me, but it still wasn't enough. That's why I'm saying forget y'all. Like
Yep.
it's brilliant,
Oh yeah, no.
absolutely
Oh
brilliant.
yeah, he totally turned me around because he started. I'm like, yeah, and then he just kept going. I'm like, okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's like now I buy it in. I'm ready. Let's see where this is gonna go. I don't want new music. I don't want new outfits. Like I don't want any of that merch to be sold. I just want him to have his own
What
stuff.
a and what a total flip, bro. Just to like you said, just to be like, yo, like, yeah, I don't dress like you dress like me. That's my music.
Yeah,
I'm on. I don't need to change. This is my shit.
because that's
Like,
what everybody wanted. They
love
wanted to
it,
see what
bro.
new color he was gonna wear and what new song he was gonna come out to. And we're not getting it.
There
It's
was even
great.
little rumors online that he would like people saw him in a suit. He's gonna come out all business and corporate. I just
Uh,
bro, when he comes out, he even just holds up the thing. He's just like, whatever. Like
yep.
I did that because y'all wanted me to do it. Whatever, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
and
he won't do the suit because that's too much him in real life, and he's still not trying to be that. Plus,
no,
Chris Jericho did that too, so it's like we don't need to. And Cody Rhodes wears suits. They're not gonna have two guys go together wearing suits talking to each other. So it's gonna stay how it is, and I just want to see where Cena's gonna take it.
and again, just with everything going on, bro, I just can't. I keep hearing. I love that. I both love and hate that life is just can be so cruel and twisted because a lot of this just mirrors a lot of what Bray Wyatt was getting at John, where he's like, "Look, John, bro, I know you, John. This whole thing, this is fake.
Hmm.
You're doing this for them, and you're doing it for the wrong reasons. One day, you're gonna fucking snap.
Yeah,
I'm here kind of trying to. I want you to snap now because this is all crazy."
yeah, we all did.
And you might stop me, you might stop the fiend, you might stop, but I know what's in your heart, bro. So it's gonna come out one day. And now
Yeah,
that all this happened, I just want somebody to be like, Bray was right.
yeah. We
Bray Wyatt.
wanted that a decade ago, but we weren't ready for it yet.
Yeah,
So,
no. Yeah. And really what it was Vince wasn't ready, I
nope,
think.
he
Vince
didn't
wasn't
want it to
ready.
happen.
Yeah, he can't do it. He couldn't do it. But I all in all, yeah, and then Cody comes out. Um, and again, you've never seen John Cena walk out to an arena that absolutely hated him a booze, except maybe for when he walked into ECW as the champion. Like
Oh yeah,
that was maybe the only time everybody was like, "Fuck this dude,"
yep,
and and I also loved how he's like, "Okay, so all the people out there, the blah blah blah." I was like, I see you. You're the let's go Cena people." But let me tell you why you're just as bad as other people. I
yep.
was
That was
like,
so good.
yo,
Yeah,
he's cooking.
yeah,
Let him cook.
yeah.
Still one of the best ever on the mic, bro.
Yep. And then Cody Rhodes comes out, cuts his little thing, pretty much just says, I want to fight against John Cena, not this whiny little bitch. And then that was it. That was all he needed to say, really.
Which is interesting. Which one of those like, oh, let me try to give Cena some perspective. That's not gonna work. Cena
Nope.
might even come out and beat his ass and just be like, "You want the real me? This
Nope.
is the real me." You know what I mean? So, well, but I loved it. What a great way to start. We're in the era of, and I love how he's just like, "Oh yeah, see how I was like, maybe I should just go away," and y'all started cheering. Funny how quickly that turned. Y'all had me till the rest of the year.
Mhm. Yeah. He's like, I'm here all year. So
I'm not going anywhere. you
I'm
gotta,
here all
you're
year.
gonna have to deal with me for the rest of the year. Oh
Great.
well, here
Good.
we are. Here we are, and I'm coming for 17, like or 18, whatever the number is. So
17. It's going for
17. I'm
17.
coming
Yep.
for 17. It is what it is.
Yep.
So yeah, man, I don't need you anymore. I'm breaking up with you.
Yep.
Man. Dope, dope, dope,
I
dope, dope.
mean, and where do you go from there? But they succeeded because the next thing after that, so was Penta versus Ludwig Kaiser in a street fight.
Well, let me tell you, man, Penta. We've talked a lot about Penta. He was one of my favorites from Lucha Underground. I love that he's making an instant impact, and they're not doing what I feared that they might do, where he shows up, he has a great thing, and then he disappears
Yeah,
till after Mania. But then they thrust him right,
they're pushing them.
amazing, right down to the point where they have a really good match, and at the end makes his bid for the Intercontinental belt.
Yeah. So
Uh,
that was the thing where Dom was talking about maybe Penta would be the new member of Judgment Day later on down the line, and Finn Balor's like he's going after the belt that I'm going after. He's like, yeah,
fucking
you
Dom.
done messed up, man.
And Dom's, I didn't know, like, bruh. Dom, Dom, you're not. You have been a part of other people's devious schemes. We know what they look like.
Mhm.
Your favorite uncle tried to convince you that you weren't your father's kid.
How'd that work out?
Right. How'd that work
Yeah.
out? Yeah, man.
So
So
yeah,
that
so I think
so
Penta's like the up and coming like rising star. Like he's my buddy Daniel, like he is all about Penta and he gets upset if he's not on the show. Like Penta is
man, he
the guy
anytime
right now.
anytime he came on screen with Lucha Underground, it was stop what you're doing. Some of the matches you can fast forward through, but anytime Penta was like two casts from Lucha Underground that I hadn't seen before, because obviously like when Morrison was there, Mysterio, like I know them, two guys I never seen before that all grabbed my attention anytime they're on screen. Penta and Prince Puma, who became
Ricochet.
Ricky. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, man. So I love that they're doing his push. Good
Yep.
push.
So
That led us to Woo Woo.
was it?
And Finn and Mysterio are at odds. So Judgment Day is at odds.
Yep,
Which
they have been ever since Damian Priest left.
yeah, they've been once Rhea Ripley kind of left. I was like, Judgment Day's days are numbered. Like
Yeah.
it's they might keep Dom and live together, and they might have this thing where Dom tries to be the leader of the New Day, but if he were or of New Day, Judgment Day,
Yeah.
if he, I don't know if Penta would run with someone like New Day.
No,
I see Penta joining the LWO before anybody else, just
right.
because. But even if he does join Judgment Day, Dom, he going to fight Dom for leader spot because he's gonna be like, I'm gonna run this.
Right.
Like, not you, son. Yeah. So then we had Dakota Kai and Ivy Nile
Yeah.
in a good match. It was okay. Ivy Niles, she's a firecracker.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, she's definitely fun. She's a little strong, smart, uh kind of what do you call it? MMA type of fighter. That's why she teamed up with the Creed brothers and what's his name? Oh, Chad Gable, who I guess interfered. Did he interfere in this match? No, I know he interfered in the
yeah,
tag match.
Chad came in. Where did Chad run in? Chad ran in during the because
The tag match.
the LWO ran out. And the it was LWO
Yeah.
came out, and then Chad came out in the
In his
supposed
lucha mask and yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
it was Dragon Lee and Mysterio against the Creed brothers. That's when he came out, and
That's
then now
right.
there's this whole theory of, oh, is he the dude in the luchador mask? And I think that he was last week, not this week.
So they're gonna change it up.
Yeah,
I can
I
see
think
that.
he was last week. I don't think that was him this week. Because last week the dude was clean shaven. This dude had a little bit of stubble on him,
I
very,
didn't even notice.
very kind of noticeable. So I was like, that's not Chad. It was last week. That's not Chad. So
Didn't
that's a
even
whole
notice.
little building thing. It's uh
So yeah, Dakota Kai, Ivy Nile, it was, solid match. They're both
yeah,
solid superstars. It was fine.
yeah, nothing too much to really pull from there. Let's
Yeah.
since I know we're a little against it, let's get to uh what the storyline that I figured was coming, where Rhea Ripley interrupted the contract signing. And
Yeah.
we've said it before. I mean, we said it last time. I smelled a triple threat coming.
Yep.
The instant all this was going down, I was like, yeah, there's no way Rhea, especially after she lost her belt. I was like, yeah, there's no way.
Yeah,
There's
it'll
no
be one
way.
of two triple threats. The other one being Punk, Rollins, and Reigns. That's going to be triple threat too.
Yeah, there's no way she doesn't insert herself into this, feeling a certain type of way. And I will say, I do like little. I will say this. I think they are maybe pushing for Io Sky to take this thing because this whole like she's being disrespected thing
They're
is
both pushing her down
yeah,
and
they're
kind
really
of
like they're really just straight up ignoring her and
establishing their
that.
size. And yeah,
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 like she I understand it'd be hard for her to kind of carry the strap. I understand her English not super great, like so she can't really cut a lot of super promos and this and that. And but I think just for the moment, I think it'd be dope if she beat both these young ladies at WrestleMania,
I agree.
just for the specs. I think
Yeah.
that'd be dope.
And
And
that's what's fun about matches like this. It can literally go any of three ways. There's a lot of matches where like, okay, this third guy, he'll be fun to watch, but he's not going to win. Hey, sometimes they surprise us and they have that third person win. So it's fun when like it's equal footing with all three of these ladies because they're all former champs and we know they can hold their own. So that's gonna be a fun match.
yeah, for sure. Um, we had a little yeet sighting.
Oh,
Uh,
very little.
yeah, little yeet sighting because Jey Uso came out and just gave him the business.
Handily, I mean, all he did was
Yeah.
spear Austin Theory, and that was it.
And we're in that phase, like I talked about. We're in that phase where they are really just having it. We've kind of seen this before with underdogs that looked like the main thing that comes to mind is leading up to I think it was WrestleMania 19, Booker T against Triple H,
Uh,
where Booker T just kept beating Triple H.
yep.
And it was they kept building up where it's like this supposed underdog, like he could beat this dude. Like Trips is supposed to be the guy. Like there's no way, and like he can beat this dude. So they're trying to push Jey Uso on this. Like we don't call him main event Jey because it's cute.
Right.
He's got some
Made him
skills.
in for a reason.
Yeah, he's got some skills. He's the guy. He's got a lot of energy, bro. He can go, and I don't. I'll say I don't understand how people wrestle with grills on, bro. That dude.
No, and like I said, when we were
Not
watching
talking
old,
to a dude who's had a grill. I
we're
mean,
watching
probably
old Fiend stuff.
as
Like I
nice
don't
as
know.
it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how the Fiend fought in that mask. Like it's just I don't know how they do it. I don't know how John Cena wrestles in jean shorts. Like it's
Well,
just
with the Fiend and the Mask, I can say it's probably it was probably like a Slipknot thing where because Bray Wyatt was just
it's a mental thing. Yep.
it was it. I wouldn't be surprised if that mask was tighter than it needed to be just because it helped him get in whatever
In
I
the
need
zone.
to be mode. Let me make this uncomfortable. Let me make this so I can trick my brain and just like so when I'm out there, it just all comes out.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Then let's go to
I
Seth
had
Seth Rollins.
yep.
Seth Rollins, because we talked about the tag match. So yeah, Seth Rollins comes out. I do like this thing they're doing now with the pyrotechnics. I'm a big pyrotechnic guy. This thing they're
Yep.
doing
Me
with
too.
the pyrotechnics now, where they're doing it's the fire behind them, but now above the ring they'll do some kind of cool
Oh
shit.
yeah, they have that. They have like that line that shoots out from the top of the stage sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, some pretty cool stuff. And yeah, Rollins coming out there and you know saying his piece, upset everybody.
Yep.
Upset it Roman Reigns. Upset it CM Punk, and he's just basically like, "Yo, uh, I'm going to SmackDown because I got to go address some shit." He's like, "Because
Exactly.
yeah, they're not here. Uh, we got to go do it." So I look forward to the SmackDown report on that.
Yep. So
And then
that brings us to our last match of the night, which was the Intercontinental Championship match with Finn Balor and Braun Breaker.
so it's my first time seeing Braun Breaker do his thing.
What do you think?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
So that's Rick Steiner's kid.
that is Rick Steiner's kid.
Yeah, man. I see what the fuss is about.
And he's like the epitome of both of them combined, like both the Steiners.
Yeah,
Because he's quick, he's super strong.
yeah.
He's a lot of fun to watch.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, always fun to watch Finn Balor do his thing. Yeah,
Always.
I always forget how buff Carlito is now.
Yeah.
I just have a note that says Carlito. Wow.
I mean, all he does is work out and eat apples. That's just what he does.
That should don't say your prayers, eat your vitamins. Just work out, eat apples, kid.
Work out, eat apples.
Be Work out, eat apples, and be cool.
Be cool.
um, yeah, great match.
Mhm.
Main thing is, yeah, Penta comes out, makes the save, and then
Picks up that belt and holds it up.
has a nice little stare down, just letting Breaker know, like, hey, I'm
I'm
serious.
here.
And then there's and again, we talked about there's some friction between Finn and Dom, which I'm sure Finn will go and cry to Dom next week. What the fuck, bro? What's
Yeah,
going on, man?
we'll
What's wrong
see.
with you? Hey, man. I didn't know. Okay, I'm sorry, man.
Just trying to do what's best for the Judgment Day.
Are you? Are you really? Are you trying to do what's best for you? You
Yeah,
really?
like
Hey guys, break it up.
that's why I'm trying to bring out a new member. That's just, that's what's gonna happen.
See, man, we can write this shit. Yeah.
We do. We can.
So that was the week in wrestling.
Ow!
Um, good week. Them European crowds makes the show really great to watch.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'm a fan of with all these mid card titles that we have now,
yeah,
there's no more title defenses that we see. Because that's like the fifth one in 2 weeks.
yeah.
And it's the second time it's second or no, it didn't change hands, the tag team belts did. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see title holders defend their championships and
It's
not
the
just hold
road to
them around.
WrestleMania, my friend, and we are ramping it up pretty
Oh,
well.
we're on the road, man. We're still on the road. We're almost there. 30 plus days. We're almost there.
30 plus days. Well, y'all, that'll be about it. We don't want to take up all your night. We know y'all got important things to do. So thanks for checking in. That was our weekend report. We gonna check in with you next week after the next round of SmackDowns and Raws, and we'll be checking in with you. I am
Absolutely. I am Billiam.
right on y'all.
Comment,
See
subscribe
y'all.
down on the bottom.
Do all that. All the
You want to
things.
see anything, hear anything specific? Let us know. We're the guys.
For sure. If there's anything you kind of like, hey, we want to know what y'all think about this, past, present, and future, let us know.
Let us know.
All right, y'all. Good night. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.